Welcome to Evolve Mastery for Leading a New World with CEO and award winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results.
Welcome to Evolve Mastery for Leading the New World. I'm your host, Yvette Bethel, and this episode is about multi-person communication. Communication can be a two-person sport. You meet someone, you get to know her. Then take the steps you need to keep the relationship alive and warm. With other introductions, you're delinquent, allowing the would-be relationship to die a natural, disconnected death. The same is true in teams. When a new employee joins a team, he forms a relationship with each person on that team. So if a team has 5 persons, the new employee will have a unique relationship with each person on that team and perhaps persons outside the team, depending on workflows and other needs for connection. In some teams where leaders build relationships with each team member separately, they tend to communicate with the entire team in the same way, one conversation at a time. These leaders tell each member what they think they need to know. A risk here is that sometimes they inadvertently leave out information that should be shared, so the coworker is not exposed to all the information he needs to operate optimally. So, as we've established, leaders who communicate using a single person communication strategy orchestrate individual conversations with one team member at a time. If the leader is adept at office politics, each conversation contains slightly different information, so everyone on the team is operating based on partial and probably a modified picture of that situation. The trouble with this approach is that team members don't benefit from the breadth and depth of a group discussion that supports the unfolding of an elegant, integrated solution. Instead, a team of 5 persons has 5, 10, 20, or more different two-way conversations that probably lead to 5 separate solutions that are only as connected as the leader's ability or willingness to connect each part of the project. When the leader does not connect the dots in each single conversation, the solutions are limited by the leader's capacity to perceive the dynamics of the entire project. So, why is it important to be able to build a relationship with the entire team instead of managing relationships with one person at a time? Number one reason why is employee engagement. Employees tend to become suspicious and untrusting when they speak with each other and realize their leader said something different to each of them. Trust is also diminished when these employees discover their bosses said something negative about them, or when employees detect what seems to be a deliberate omission. Multi person communication refers to the ability to communicate effectively with a group of persons. The same rules of engagement apply with one-on-one communication. But now the skills needed are more complex because you're communicating with multiple persons at once, and so are they. You need the ability to detect group nonverbals and tendencies. You need to be able to clarify for and listen to the entire group. The benefits of using multi-person communication are, firstly, conversations are synergistic. They integrate individual perspectives that have the potential for morphing the outcome into a solution that's superior to solutions that any individual could produce. Number 2, effective multi-person communicators build on ideas. They're inclusive and they remain focused on ideas. Number 3, team conversations can potentially save time. There's no need to go from one person to the next because everyone gets the same information at the same time. Number 4, team morale can be strengthened. And number 5, trust can be built. Don't get me wrong. Speaking with persons individually is very necessary. However, individual conversations should not replace important team conversations. When leaders are adept at having a conversation with the entire team, the performance of the team can start to be at a higher priority than the performance of individuals on the team. To ensure the effectiveness of multi-person conversations, team meetings should be planned in a way that's engaging and supportive of morale building. When a leader uses multi-person communication, he uses language and a tone that's curious and respectful. These leaders also help their teams to move beyond limitations. They use language that builds confidence. They stretch their coworkers, encouraging them to step outside their formal roles. They also support deepening of relationships. Effective multi-person communication requires multi-person listening at deep levels and multi-person respect in order to create and maintain safe space. There's no defensiveness or excuses, not even contemplated. Instead, there is automatic accountability, insight, creativity, and strong focus on results. Leaders who take team communication seriously orchestrate conversations deliberately. They prepare for meetings, creating an interactive agenda, one that stimulates participation. Effective multi-person communicators are non-judgmental. They are conversation facilitators, ensuring no single person monopolizes discussions. One way to build the skill of multi-person communication within all members of the team is to invite others to lead meetings so they can understand the difference between communicating with a group versus one-on-one communication. In this way, they can develop the skills they need to attune to a dynamic communicative environment. They can learn how to engage a group of people, how to automatically think about the team, shifting from an I perspective to a we perspective. Learning how to communicate effectively with your team not only builds morale, it reinforces trust and facilitates team development and performance. One-on-one communication is an important part of team communication. So when multi-person conversations are being facilitated, the context of each one-on-one conversation shifts from I to we. Thank you for joining me at Evolve Mastery for Leading the New World. Join me this and every Monday for a new episode. In the meantime, remember to take the steps you need to take to master multi-person communication.
Thanks for listening to Evolve Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.